I can feel the love, can you feel it too? I can feel it all. I can feel it all.
Hello guys, happy Homebrew Wednesday number 3. This is going to be a fairly quick one. I'm going to have a follow-up taste a week and a half on from my ESB, and then go through. The last video I did was the sip and a pour to ask you what I'm going to brew next. Basically the challenge was to use up all the grains that I had left, right, and I was asking people for comments. So that's been decided now. So I'm going to go quickly through the recipe with you. Yeah, then I'll go and brew it. Now this is being filmed, well, in advance of Homebrew Wednesday because of the Christmas schedule. So obviously this will go out on the 30th, and I would have already brewed it 2 days ago on the Monday. The only reason I'm telling you is because when this goes out, you don't leave comments telling me where I fucked up with the recipe, because it'll be too late. So what will happen is, so it's the 30th, then the following Wednesday I'll do the brew footage. Another reason I wanted to get this out with a recipe is because I know how much I talk. So I know that when I film the brew, it'll be a mammoth episode. If it's less than 20 minutes, I'll be surprised the amount I fucking waffle. So I thought I'd just get the recipe out of the way, then you'll know what it is for the brew day. So, first things first, I'll crack open the ESB and see how we're getting on. I said it was a bit malty before, so we'll see a week on. Yeah, it's a week on ish. We'll see a week on ish. So now it'll be 5 weeks. I'm still expecting it to be a bit malty. Just I wanted to see. Colour's still a bit dark, huh? I'd say, wouldn't you? A little bit dark. But smells still the same. But the taste's getting there. There's one thing that's worrying me. I don't know if it should be worrying me. You know, it's only 5 weeks in a bottle and it's nearly 6%, for God's sake. That, you know, when you have a drink and then the maltiness comes through and you think, okay, that's nice, but then it seems to follow up with a little bit of an alcohol burn. I'm sure you know what I mean by that. That's what I'm getting, so I don't know if it means that I've messed up somewhere on the recipe, or that's going to mellow out too. I'm a bit indifferent about it. I don't know, I think it's either going to go one way or the other. It's either going to mellow out and be perfect, or it's just going to be something wrong with it and it will get worse before it gets better. Not sure yet, I'm right on the fence with it, but hey ho. Still on the fence, but because it's one of those things, because it's 5.9, the more you drink the more you think, oh hang on, no, it does taste exactly like it. But we shall see. So the next brew, I said I wanted to use up all the other grains. It's going to be an American brown ale. Now thanks to everyone that left the comments. I know that I think there was 20 odd comments with stuff I should brew. Now I did look at them all, and I did look at what was used in going into them all, and I chose the one which would use up the most grains and the one that I think would be good at this time of year. So I went the American Brown Ale. Now obviously I was going to do that before, so you were saying, well, where did I get the influence from? Well, his name, the previous video down below, Christian Svenning, sorry if I get it wrong, if I pronounce it wrong, my fault. Christian Svenning from, I clicked about, I think you're in Oslo, right? Suggested that I do a brown ale, add flaked oats and cacao nibs. Also suggested that I use the hops I had anyway. Now in the recipe I've used 2 sets of hops in their entirety, but I have bought some more to make it a New World brown ale. So leading on from that, before I go through the recipe, I have had my Amazon / Brew UK delivery, and in it are the bits that I needed to do this collaboration recipe between me and Christian. First thing is the organic cocoa nibs. Ooh, organic. I might as well become a hippie. Good. And there we go, Christian. Flake malt oats. You got that? Cool. So Christian, they're the 2 things that you suggested I did. I put them in them, so they will go in the brew, 100,000,000%. Don't worry about that. That's crystal. I just needed some of that anyway. We have some Marisota here. I've got another kilo of it because I only had 300 grams, and I want to do a 21 litre brew. The smallest brew I've done is 19 litres, and I don't really think there's much point in going less than that. If I'm going to spend 5 hours, 6 hours doing a brew day, I'm only going to get 8, 10 litres out of it. Then no, I think I need to get a bigger yield. Sorry for the people that do loads of 8 litre brews, but I'd rather just get more. So I'll just buy more bottles and do more brews. So, happy days. Right, the hop I bought is Cascade. I know that is I think it's the most used New World hop in an American brown ale. So I've got it, Old Faithful. Hopefully, as it's the most used, I won't go wrong with that. Good. So thank you, Brew UK, and Amazon. Good stuff. Got it here next day over the Christmas period. Very impressed. So, right. Christian suggested I roast the flaked oats and roast the cacao nibs. Now, I did do some research. Not a lot of that, granted. I mean, I've done 5 websites. The oats I will roast, and they'll go in the mash as they are. The cacao nibs, I was really torn between: do I roast them? Do I not roast them? Do I put them in secondary? Do I put them in fermenter? What do I do? So I want to put them in the boil as Christian suggested, but I'm not going to roast them because I've read somewhere, now it could be completely wrong, that if you do that and put them in the boil you get more bitterness, and now my bitterness is already riding up at 38, which is kind of the top end of American brown ale. So I didn't want to, so I read that if you don't roast them, put them in a bag, smash them with a rolling pin, put them for the last 5-10 minutes of the boil, you'll get the body, you'll get the creaminess, you'll get the niceness from the cacao nibs, but you won't get so much of the bitterness. That's what I'm led to believe, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'll tell you what's in it, in case you care. 1.3 kilos of Marisota Pale, 900 grams of Pilsner, 1.3 kilos of wheat, 250 grams of Cow Munich, 200 grams of Crystal 60, 200 grams of chocolate, 200 grams of biscuit, half a kilo, so 500 grams of flaked oats, which will be roasted. I'm going to put 50 grams of Styrian Goldings, so that's them gone. I'm going to put 20 grams of 5.9. I'm going to put 20 grams of Amarillo, that's them gone. Then I'm going to put Cascade, the whole lot. Live dangerously. If you're going to do it properly. 50 grams at flame out, then 50 grams dry hop. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. 100 grams cacao nibs, as I said, I'm going to smash them up, put them in 5-10 minutes of the boil left, and I'm going to use up the USA 5, which I have. I've moved on to liquid yeast and I really like them. I know my wife is happy that I don't have to do a starter and have that ting 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 from the stir plate for 2 days. So she might want me to stay on dried yeast, but that's not going to happen. So USA 5 is going to be used to ferment it. So, what's it going to be like? I don't know. I know that most of the recipe is like a brown ale, a traditional brown ale, but then I've got the wheat as well. Did I say 1.3? I can't remember. Was it? Yeah, 1.3 wheat. So I guess it's going to be like a New World brown ale wheat beer hybrid. Could be really nice. It's experimental. Man, that's what we're here for. I mean, I say that's what we're here for. It can go one of two ways, can't it? It'll either be really, really good, or it will be drain cleaner. Here's hoping it's the first one. But either way, this is the experiment, so this is what we're doing. Apart from that, that's about it, really. So once again, thank you to everyone who left the comments with the suggestions. I did go through them all. Thank you, Christian, for suggesting it. I did message you, Christian. I did message him, but YouTube seems to have a really crap messaging system. Because there's a few people that have said they haven't got messages when I've sent it to them, unless everyone hates me. I'm not really too sure. So I did try and get the recipe out for you to review, Christian, before I did it. But obviously it didn't get there, so I've brewed it already. So we'll see how it goes. Right, so bearing that in mind, everyone, happy Homebrew Wednesday. I hope you had a really good Christmas. Have a really great New Year. And I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.